Continuing coverage now as lawmakers consider a bill to change when you can vote. A bill already approved in one house of the legislature would change in-person absentee voting hours in the state.
Political reporter Jessica Arp joins us now with more on this measure. Jess.
Well, last session, lawmakers changed early voting to 2 weeks before an election. Now a provision aims to restrict the number of hours clerks can be open as well. The bill, already approved in the Assembly, was heard in the Senate Elections Committee today. It would say that local clerks could only be open for 52.5 hours a week of in-person absentee voting in between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and no longer be open on Saturdays. The authors of the bill say extra hours in cities like Madison and Milwaukee are disenfranchising rural voters whose clerks' offices aren't open as much.
Unless we are to allow for voting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, some standards must be outlined to ensure that voters in some communities do not possess a systemic advantage over voters in other communities in the form of longer voting hours.
The reality of it is that it's a restricting bill, and to say that that a smaller community would be disenfranchised by a larger community having extra hours is just kind of a false assumption, because if you take away the hours from everyone, then how does that change anything about the small community? They still just don't have the hours.
The head of the State Government Accountability Board testified that standardizing the total number of hours for clerks may be helpful, but suggested allowing Saturday voting and hours from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., which is when polling places are typically open on Election Day. The bill still needs a vote in committee before heading to the full Senate. Senator Glenn Grothman, also a co-sponsor, says an amendment may be offered, even more narrowly defining voting hours.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it, see where it goes. Jessica, thank you.